Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mr. BuildWealth. I'm back at it again. And if this is your first time, I'm here to share some information and resources to help you get started with building wealth. The topic for this session is I love A&T. I did a post earlier today because I finally solidified an endowment scholarship at my alma mater. And a lot of people have been hitting me up around, like, why'd you do it? You're balling out of control. And I think that's pretty dope that I was able to do something that a lot of us don't even think we can actually do. And so the process isn't that challenging. And I would, highly recommend that anybody who is thinking about giving back to their institution, especially if you went to an HBCU, they need our money. And a lot of people, when I think about their charitable giving, we always make some excuse as to why we can't do something. And I want to do a lot more on this effort of helping my institution to accumulate more dollars for our endowments. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about my journey on giving to my school because, again, a lot of people who attend HBCUs either don't ever give back or give back very little and never think about how they can do a little bit more. And I'm being very mindful that you have a lot of other obligations in your life, and maybe you didn't have a great experience at your HBCU, but normally when I talk to people, they enjoyed however long it took for them to graduate. They enjoyed their time at their HBCU. So I started my journey, and I've shared this in other videos before, and I started slow. And part of the reason for me was I've been very entrepreneurial most of my career. So cash flow is always my concern. And so I didn't give back right away. And I probably could have right after I graduated because I didn't have any student loans. And so I didn't have any excuse as to why I couldn't have started right when I graduated. And for some of us, we don't have that luxury, right? We come out of school with so much debt. We're just trying to survive. And so at some point in my mid-20s, I said, every little bit counts. And if we have thousands upon thousands of graduates, why can't we do a little bit? Because everybody's little bit turns into a lot of bit. And so what I started doing was putting a recurring donation to my school on a credit card. Now, the reason I was doing this is because I have some credit cards that I get rewards points, and I wanted just to kind of have something automatically coming out, but nothing that was going to overextend me from the credit standpoint. So it kind of served as twofold. I was building rewards points, and I was also donating to A&T. And I've shared this strategy with clients before around if you're trying to work on your credit and need to make a small purchase, well, this small purchase could be you donating money to your institution. So now every month I had some small recurring amount coming out going right to A&T. And so what I did was every year I added a little bit more. I wasn't doing any crazy numbers. We're talking I was doing $25 a month. $25 a month was all I was doing, recurring. Every month I was donating. And then next year I did $30. And then the next year I did $40. And so I gradually started inching my way up in terms of my donation to the school. And at any point, you can always write checks and do larger scale efforts. And I said, you know what? I am going to stay with this strategy because it's within my budget. And when I speak to my clients around my financial plan, part of that plan is my giving. And I think everybody should give at whatever you can. So for me at the time, I was like, this is all I can do. But I felt good that I was doing something consistently that I wasn't even thinking about. So now you have this recurring payment going on the credit card. I'm getting the rewards, and then the school is getting the money. And I just kept doing a little bit more every year. And then I was like, I want to take things up a notch. And shout out to Tia Wiggins, T-Dog. I appreciate you for inspiring me. So she had done this for her institution. And I simply asked, how'd you go about doing it? She was like, it's easy. Just your school will work with you. Your school will work with you no matter where you go. They will help you figure out how to give them more money. And so I reached out, shout out to Carletta Simmons at A&T. And I was like, I want to get back to the business school. I was a business major. And if anybody who's been to A&T, when you go into the lobby of the business building, there's this plaque on the wall. And it's from all the different folks who have an endowed scholarship. And these little gold plaques that are pasted on this wall. And we had so many gaps. I won't say gaps. Let's call them openings. And that's what triggered me to think, I want to have a plaque on that board because these people will ever be solidified in business school history, like forever. They have an endowed scholarship. And these were, large corporations, some of our successful alumni. And all I said to myself was, I got to get on that board. So the Build Wealth movement will be getting on that board once I have solidified and I'll say made all the payments for my endowed scholarship. And that to me is doing something that's different, right? So a lot of us feel like we can't give back or we want to give back. And maybe it's the credit card strategy. Like I still do that. So let me say that. So in addition to doing this endowed scholarship at A&T for the business school, I still do my regularly scheduled payment to the school on a credit card. Again, all I was trying to do was get rewards. I didn't need to improve my credit. My credit's been great since I was 19, but to kind of keep it going. Sometimes we have those credit cards we're not using that we just want to keep them active. So I was like, I don't even use this card, but I get rewards. Let me donate to the school on this credit card, get the rewards, and you all do realize that donating money to your university is tax deductible. So I had a 3-for-1, baby. 3-for-1. Rewards, donation, tax write-off. So I love North Carolina A&T, and I will forever give back. And what I would challenge anybody who watches this, share this with your friends, your family, all your homies and your homegirls and your sisters and your brothers, because a lot of us have gone to HBCUs and we had an incredible experience, like priceless. Everybody I know that went to an HBCU loves their school, loves it. But I think about how we don't give back and then our endowments continue to pale in comparison to PWIs. Now, let me say this. I'm not trying to catch the PWIs. Like, I'm not trying to play that game. It's going to take us a whole... Hell, I'll be long gone, 100 years over before we even catch them. So I'm not trying to play catch up. I just want us to take advantage of the time we have on this earth and do a little bit more. A little bit more. So if you all don't know, A&T has what's called GHO. It's the greatest homecoming on earth. And I have friends who have probably not missed a GHO since we graduated. And I haven't asked them directly, but I got a feeling a lot of them give no money back to the school. And then they show up for GHO, they party, have a good time, reconnect with old friends, make new ones, show off the kids and the wife and all that kind of stuff. And we do all this fun stuff that is fun. And the city of Greensboro makes a ton of money every year off of GHO. And so I know with the pandemic, the city of Greensboro is probably like, shit, we need all those black people to be back in town. And we get preferential treatment during GHO because we're taking up all the hotels, restaurants. I mean, it is part of their annual budget to know that A&T is going to bring us a whole lot of money, a whole lot. And I think to myself, well, we need to readjust where we're spending some of our money when it's not GHO season. So again, I have friends I know who aren't clients of mine, who probably aren't doing the right things from a financial planning standpoint. And yet I'll see them at GHO turning up. And I'm not knocking that camaraderie and seeing your friends and your family. I get it. But we have got to turn the dial just a little bit because, I'm talking to educated people here. Like, all my friends are smart as shit. Like, a lot of them got advanced degrees, great paying jobs, incredible businesses. And a lot of us just don't give back for whatever reason. I don't know if it's we're afraid to do it. We don't feel like we make enough. You're just making an excuse. I am living proof that sometimes you just start out slow. And then when you can do more and do better, you do it. So don't say you can't give back anything to your school. So don't give me that nonsense. I love my institution and I want to do all that I can to make sure that campus continues to grow and flourish and continue to produce incredible people like myself and all of my friends and people I don't even know who have walked through that campus. I am just one of many. And if everybody did a smidget of what I do for my institution, that'll equal a whole lot more money. So if you by chance are still kind of on the fence around if you can even do it, hit me up. Schedule a 15-minute call with me. And yes, I want to talk about your plan, but let me give you a strategy that's very simple to implement and it won't bust your budget. So if you need me, hit me up. The link is in my bio. I'm definitely going to share this with A&T alums. Just share this video, man. Like, y'all are making all the excuses as to why we can't give back. And I just gave you some easy ones. And if you're, again, curious about how to go about the process, just pick up the damn phone and call or send an email. Like, I don't think anybody's going to say, I don't want to take their money. That's just not going to happen. So pick up the phone, send the email, no matter what your department, whatever your major was. Maybe you do an endowed scholarship in your respective field or your major, your school, if you will, or maybe you do it for the entire institution. It's totally up to you. You are in control of this giving. And I love my school so much, but you're not just going to see me at G-Ho partying. And actually, I haven't been in a very long time, but I continue to consistently give my institution money because I want to see us continue to win. All right. So share this with all your friends and just let you know that A&T is the greatest HBCU ever and around, like, bar none. So please, please, please share this video. Stop making the excuse as to why you cannot give back to your institution. All right, everybody. I'll catch you next time.